Hello everyone, hope you all good and safe. Today we are going to discuss the problems on flexible budget in the subject management accounting. Before going to the concept, let us discuss the concept deeply in a format. The format for flexible budget is see the display. Fixed overheads, add to the variable overheads. For that, add to the semi-variable overheads. Total of A plus B plus C. The A is nothing but fixed overheads, B is nothing but variable overheads, and C is nothing but semi-variable overheads. After adding all the three, you'll get the total cost. If you want to find out for the amount, total cost for amount. If you want to find out for the P per unit, total cost per unit. This is the format to find out flexible budget. There is one formula to find out the amount units into per unit. If they mention in the problem units or cost, that cost or units into per unit will get the amount column. To find out the per unit column, amount into units, amount divided by units, that we have to find out with the per unit column. Here is one note for the flexible budget. It's a main keynote to find out the flexible budget. Fixed charges means amount remains constant or same. Fixed charges always remains the constant amount. Whereas in variable charges or variable overheads, per unit remains the constant. For all the cases, for all the units, per unit remains constant. See, this flexible budget will be finding only to find out the units or per unit in the total production. For example, in the case of this year, 2020 year, the management or the concern or the company, how much production has been done. To find out that concept, flexible budget will be very important. In the case of to find out the amount per unit, that will be changes for the inflation, that will be changes for the day to day or day by day. In the case of day by day changes, that concept will be summarized or summary of the flexible budget. Okay. There is another format to find out flexible budget, that will be a cost sheet budget. See, we already discussed in the cost sheet in the fourth sem only, fifth sem only. That cost sheet budget will also be done. In the case of cost sheet, if they mention, means another format to find out flexible budget. If cost sheet data mentioned in the problem, this format you have to use. Okay. Before going to the problem, let us discuss one problem. The concept of flexible budget is, and again I'm telling the formula and the note is very important to find out the flexible budget. See, in the first problem, the expenses for budgeted production of 10,000 units in a factory are given below. Clearly mention 10,000 units in the factory are given below. They have mentioned the datas: materials 50, labor 25, variable overheads 20, fixed overhead 7. See, fixed overheads 70,000, per unit cost is 0.7, means 70,000 divided by 10,000 you will get the per unit column. I'm already said in the formula to find out the per unit, amount divided by units. Amount is 70,000 divided by units 10,000, you will get the per unit 7. Like that, to find out the amount column, units into per unit. Okay. Depreciation 20,000. See, this depreciation is also belongs to fixed overheads only, because they mentioned the amount here. Okay. Insurance 10,000. That is also belongs to fixed overheads only. Variable expenses, it belongs to variable only. The selling expenses belongs to semi-variable. Let's put the format once again. See, in the format, fixed overheads, variable overheads, and semi-variable overheads. Why I am saying this semi-variable, the selling expenses belongs to semi-variable, because they have mentioned here 10% fixed. Okay, 10% fixed means the remaining 90% belongs to variable. Okay, next, distribution expenses 20% fixed, admission expenses 50,000. They have mentioned the amount, it belongs to fixed overheads. The total cost per unit is 135. See, this data is given only for 10,000 units a factory has been done. You have to prepare a flexible budget for production of first one 8,000 units, second one 6,000 units, third one 12,000 units. Okay, this question will be asked. This question has been asked in May June 2017 paper for 15 marks, BBM and also BBM. Okay, we'll start with the problem. How to calculate? See, this is the format we have to prepare. Flexible budget, particulars per unit, 10,000 units, per unit 6,000 units, 8,000 units and 12,000 units. You have to find out for 6,000, 8,000 and 12,000. The given data is 10,000. Okay, we'll start with the first. The thing is fixed overheads. Okay, fixed overheads, heading, that is fixed overheads. Next one is, under that they only mention the same name, fixed overheads only. Check out the question. Fixed overheads 70,000 rupees. Okay, fixed overheads per unit is 07. Amount is 70,000. You may get confused here. 7 rupees is per unit. Amount column is 70,000. 7 rupees into 10,000 units will get the amount column. See, to find out the amount, units into per unit. Units into per unit. Unit is 7 into unit is 10,000. Per unit is 7 into 70,000. See, the note belongs with fixed charges means amount remains constant. Fixed charges means the amount remains constant for all the units. So 70,000 rupees is for 10,000 units. Like that, it will goes on continue the 70,000 amount for all the units. Like 70,000 rupees. 70,000 rupees. 70,000 rupees. See, check out the note again. Fixed charges means amount remains constant for all the units, but the per unit will be changes. See, to find out the per unit, amount divided by units. Amount is 70,000 divided by per unit divided by 6,000 units. You will get the per unit column. 70,000 divided by 6,000. You will get the per unit. Check 70,000 divided by 6,000 units. You will get the 11.67. 11.67. Okay. To find out for 8,000 units, again 70,000 divided by 8,000 units, you will get the amount 8.75. 8.75. To find out 12,000 units, 70,000 divided by 12,000 will get 5.83. 5.83. Next, check out the question once again. After entering the fixed overheads, the next concept is depreciation. See, the first check out the format once again. Fixed overheads, first one. Second is variable overheads. Third is semi-variable. That we are entering fixed overheads only here. Fixed overheads. Next, after that fixed overhead, next is depreciation. The next concept is depreciation. The depreciation for 10,000 units is 0.2. 0.2 means 2 rupees. The amount is 20,000. 2 rupees into 10,000 you will get the 20,000 amount. Next, to find out for 6,000 units, the amount remains constant for all the units because fixed charges is always amount remains same. Next for 8,000 units 20,000, and for next 12,000 also 20,000. To find out the per unit column of 6,000, 20,000 divided by 6,000, you will get the per unit column. Okay. To find out for 6,000 units, 20,000 divided by 6,000 units, we will get the per unit column. That is 3.33. Students, take your calculation and divide with the units. Always for the amount divided by units, you will get the per unit column. To find out the amount column, per unit into units, you will get the amount column. To find out 8,000 units now, 20,000 divided by 8,000, you will get the per unit column. That is 2.50. Next, to find out for 12,000 units, again 20,000 divided by 12,000 units, you will get the per unit column. That is 1.66. So after entering the depreciation, the next fixed charges is insurance. It is 10,000 rupees. Clear? Next, insurance. See, insurance amount is 1 rupee. Insurance amount is 1 rupee. 1 rupee into 10,000, you will get the 10,000 rupees. See, if they only mentioned 10,000 rupees in the bracket, insurance 10,000 for 10,000 units. If insurance belongs to a fixed overheads means, insurance belongs to a fixed overheads means, fixed overheads always remains same in the amount column, 10,000, and for 6,000 units also 10,000, and for 8,000 units also 10,000, and for 12,000 units also 10,000. To find out per unit column, amount divided by units, you will get the per unit. Next, that is insurance. 10,000 divided by for 6,000 units, that is 1.66. Next, 10,000 divided by 8,000 units, that is 1.25. Next, 10,000 divided by 10,000 divided by 12,000 units, you will get the insurance 0.83. Okay. Next, after entering the insurance, then next is variable expenses. But first we have to finish the fixed overheads. See, check out the administration expenses. Administration expenses is 50,000. They only mentioned the amount column, so that is though belongs to fixed overheads. 0.5 means 5 rupees. Next is administrative expenses. That is 5 rupees. 5 into 10,000 is 50,000 rupees. Amount remains the same for all the units column because that is fixed overheads. 50,000 rupees. To find out for 6,000 units, again 50,000 divided by 6,000 units, you will get the per unit column. 50,000 divided by 6,000 units, that is 8.33. Next, for 8,000 units, 50,000 divided by 8,000, that is 6.25. Next, that is 50,000 divided by 12,000 units, 4.16. Finished. So that we have already entered all the fixed overhead items. I got the question once again. The material belongs to variable, labor belongs to variable overheads belongs to variable overheads only, and depreciation, insurance, and fixed overheads, so that we already entered in the fixed charges. Admission expenses also entered in the fixed overheads. Next thing is variable overheads. Look at the format once again. After entering the concept of fixed charges, next we have to enter the variable overheads. That is B. In that also they have mentioned the variable expenses, variable charges. that we already mentioned in the question, variable expenses, that is 5 rupees. See, check out the note first. Variable charges means per unit remains constant or same. Variable charges means always per unit remains constant, not as a amount. Amount will be interest to the all the units. The next concept is variable overheads. One second. Okay, next concept is variable overheads. So the variable charges is, check out the question. Variable charge expenses is 0.5. See, I already told you, in the case of variable overheads, per unit remains the constant. For all the units, per unit remains constant. Okay, to find out the amount column, units into per unit. So, if you have to find out for 10,000 units, the variable charges is 20 rupees. The variable overhead is variable expenses, variable 20 rupees. That 20 rupees into 10,000 will get the amount of 10,000 units. Okay, first enter the variable charges. 5 variable charges 5 rupees into 10,000 will get the amount 50,000. Sorry. Okay. For variable charges 5 into 10,000 you will get 50,000. 5 into 10,000, 50,000 rupees. Next, 5 into 6,000, you will get the amount 30,000 rupees. 5 into 6,000, 30,000 rupees. Next, 5 into 8,000 units, you will get the amount 40,000 units. 40,000 rupees. Next, 5 into 12,000, the amount is 60,000. Once again, check out the note. See, to find out per unit amount divided by units, that we already find out. Now we have to find out the amount, that is units into per unit. See, the variable charges per unit remains the constant for all the units. 5 rupees, 5 rupees, 5 rupees and 5 rupees for all the units. Once we have to find out the amount column, 5 into units you will get the amount column. Like 5 into 10,050, 5 into 6,000, 30,000, 5 into 8,000, 40,000 and 5 into 12,000, 60,000. Clear? Next, after entering the variable expenses or charges, next enter the variable overheads. Next, variable overheads. In the variable overheads heading only, they mention another one is the heading, the item is variable overheads. Okay, that is 20 rupees. The given data for 10,000 units, that is 20,000. 20,000 remains constant for all the units because per unit remains the constant for unit column. Okay, next find out the amount column. You will know the formula to find out the amount column per unit into units. 20,000 into 10,000 units will get the amount 2 lakh rupees. Enter the commas, will be easy for that. Okay, 20,000 into 6,000 units, 20,000 into 6,000 units, that is 1 lakh 20,000 rupees. Next, 20,000 into 8,000 units, that is 1 lakh 60,000 rupees. Next, 20 into 12,000, that amount is 2 lakh 40,000. Are you getting right? Variable overhead, I'm explaining once again. 20 rupees, they only mentioned in the question. 20,000, 20 rupees into 10,000 units, you will get the amount column 2 lakh rupees. Like that, you have to find out for all the remaining units. After entering the variable overheads, next item is, look at the form question. See, materials that is also belong to a variable overheads and labor is also belong to variable overheads. Materials amount is 50 rupees. Materials amount is 50 rupees. 50 into 10,000, and that is 5 lakh rupees. Next, see, the materials also belongs to variable overheads. Variable overhead per unit remains constant for all the units that we have to enter beforely. Next, 50 into 6,000, 50 into 6,000, 3 lakh rupees. Next, 50 into 8,000, that is 4 lakh rupees. 50 into 8,000. Next, 50 into 12,000, 50 into 12,000, that is 6 lakh rupees. Clear? After entering the material, the next item is labor. It also belongs to variable overheads. Labor is 25 rupees. Got the question? That is 25 rupees. 25 for all the unit column. For all the unit column. Next item is, next we have to find out the amount column. 25 into 10,000 rupees. That is 2,50,000 rupees. 2,50,000 rupees. Next, 25 into 6,000, that we have to find out in the 6,000 units column. 25 into 6,000, 1,50,000 rupees. Next, 25 into 8,000, that is 25 into 8,000, 2 lakh rupees. Next, 25 into 12,000, that is 3 lakh rupees. While calculating the problem also, you have to open the calculator and make an into for that. Once it has been done, check before doing the problem, just check it once. Before adding the problems, just check it once. Okay, the labor belongs to 25 rupees. They only mentioned in the question 25 into 10,000 will get 2,50,000. This labor belongs to variable overheads. In the variable overheads, per unit remains constant for all the units that we are entering here. After entering the variable overheads, next item is, that is semi-variable overheads. Semi-variable overheads. Okay, that is semi-variable overheads are, check out the question once again. See, in the problem, if they mention percentage fixed or amount fixed, that belongs to variable. In this problem, semi-variable, selling expenses and distribution expenses belongs to semi-variable because 10% fixed, remaining 90% belongs to variable. 20% fixed, that is fixed. 80% belongs to variable. That belongs to a semi-variable. Means in that semi-variable, fixed and variable charges remains. It has been entered. Okay, in that cases, semi-variable first one is selling and distribution. Selling and distribution. That is amount. Check out the problem. Selling and distribution amount is 13 rupees for 10,000 units. In that 13 rupees, 10% is fixed. Clear? First, after, while entering the selling and distribution expenses only, you have to make a make some of the items like this. See, fixed is 10%, right? Next, variable is 90%. Clear? That is the question has been mentioned here. So for entering the 10% fixed, that is equals to 13 rupees into 10% is 1.3. Correct? Like that. 13 rupees into 90% is 11.70 rupees. See, 1.3 is fixed, 11.70 is variable. 1.3 into 1.3, into 10,000, 1.3 into 10,000 is 13,000 rupees. See, while entering the fixed charges, that amount remains same for all the units. Correct? 13,000 rupees that we are entering here, the concept of fixed charges. Correct? To find out the per unit column, 13,000 divided by 6,000, you will get the per unit column, that is 2.17. Next, to find out for 8,000 units, 13,000 divided by 8,000 units, you will get 1.625. Next, to find out for 12,000 units, 13,000 divided by 12,000, that is 1.08 rupees. Clear? Okay. See. To find out for variable overheads, variable is always remains constant for per unit. Variable is remains always constant for per unit, that is 11 rupees 70 paisa. Okay, that is 11 rupees 70 paisa. 11 rupees 70 paisa for all the units. Second, I will do some this, you will get understand clearly. 11 rupees 70 paisa for all the units. This is a technicality you have to maintain for the online classes. Okay, 1 second, I'm doing this one. Okay, 11.70 for all the units. See, is it clear? 1.34 that we are entering for fixed charges. 13,000 rupees for all the amount remain constant for fixed charges. Like variable charges, variable overheads, the per unit will be remain constant for all the units. Now, to find out the amount column, the formula is check. To find out the amount column, units into per unit, you will get the amount column. To find out the amount column, 11.70 into 10,000, you will get the amount column. Take a calculation and do it. 11.70 into 11.70 into 10,000, you will get 11 lakh 70,000 rupees. Next, to find out the amount column of 8,000 units, 6,000 units, 11.70 into 6,000, that is 70,200. Okay, next to find out the amount column of 8,000 units, 11.70 into 8,000, you get the amount 93,600. Is it clear? If you are having any doubts regarding this concept, you may contact me directly. 11.70 into 12,000 units, you get the amount 1,40,400. If you are having any doubts regarding the semi-variable overheads and variable overheads, contact me directly, because these kind of calculations will be not understanding with the online classes. It may be you can understand also, but if you are having any kind of doubt in the concept of getting of into or divide, just contact me. Okay, or you can come with the Zoom app also. After entering the selling and distribution overheads, the next concept is distribution expenses. Clear? See that I'm telling here. distribution expenses, because 20% fixed means remaining 80% belongs to variable overheads. Next is distribution expenses. Clear that distribution expenses is the mentioned 7 rupees. See, in that also fixed is 20 percentage and the variable belongs to 80 percentage. Okay, to find out the concept of 20 percentage along that 80 percentage, the amount belongs and the amount they are given is 7 rupees. 7 rupees into 20 percentage. 7 rupees into 20 percentage, that is 1.40. 1.40. 7 rupees into 80 percentage, that is 5.60. See, to find out 1.40, that is 1.40, that is for fixed charges only for 10,000 units. Next 5.60, that is only for variable units, variable charges. To find out fixed charges, 1.40 into 10,000, that is 14,000, remains constant for all the units. Remains constant for all the units. 14,000 rupees. Next, for 8,000 units also 14,000 rupees. Next, for 12,000 units also 14,000 rupees. That is only for fixed charges. Next, to find out for variable charges, that 5.60 remains constant for all the units. 5.60, 5.60, 5.60 for all the units. Okay, to find out the amount column, you have the formula to find out the amount per unit, amount column per unit into units. You already know that per unit 5.60 into units, you will get the amount column. Okay, that is 5.60 into 10,000, that is 56,000 rupees. Like that, to find out for 6,000 units, 5.60 into 6,000 units, that is 33,600. Next, to find out for 8,000 units, 5.60 into 8,000 rupees, that is 44,800. Next, to find out 12,000 units, 5.60 into 12,000 units, and the amount is 67,200. Okay, after entering all the informations in the question, just total up. See, check out the format. I'm already mentioned in the format only. After adding the fixed overheads, variable overheads, and semi-variable overheads, after adding all the three, total cost belongs to. In this problem, total cost belongs to. Check it out once again. After adding all the entries of fixed overheads, variable overheads, and the semi-variable overheads, that amount belongs to total cost. Total cost. Add per unit column, add total amount column like that. Total amount is 13,50,000 rupees. Next, 8,80,000, 8,80,000 rupees. Next, for 8,000 units, 11 lakh 15,000 units. You have to add properly with the first thing to last thing. Okay, 15 lakh 84,000 rupees. Next, add the per unit column, per unit of 135. See, check it out. After adding all the per unit of 10,000 units, you will get the total cost per unit. In the question, they only mention 135 rupees. If you are adding all the things, you will get also same thing, 135 rupees. Next is 132 146.80. 146.80 for 6,000 units, and for 8,000 units 139.43. Next, for 12,000 units 132. See, this is the total cost of flexible budget. See, the concept remains very simple. If you want to find out the flexible budget, they are giving only the one data of units. Means in this problem they have mentioned 10,000 units of 10,000 units in the factory. They mentioned 10,000 units, but you have to find out the flexible budget of 8,000 units, 6,000 units, and 12,000 units. To find out 6,000, 8,000, and 12,000, this is the format. The total cost of all the things of 10,000, 6,000, and 8,000, that is belongs to clear. This is the concept. In this problem, they may ask also the sales of amount. So if they mention the sales of amount, they only give the data of 6,000, 7,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 12,000. That you have to enter here. Check out the format. You'll get to know about this. See, after taking the total cost, add the sales, means like this. If you want to give, they mention the sales of amount, sales minus total cost, you will get the profit or loss. That is the balancing figure. Enter the sales of amount for all the units minus the total cost, you will get the profit or loss in this problem. But in this problem, they only mention the total cost. Find out the flexible budget for production level of total cost. Okay, if you are having any doubts regarding this flexible budget, I will come once again to the online classes, like online teaching for this with another problem in the regarding of flexible budget only. And check out my next video to find out flexible budget for cost sheet benefits. Okay, this is the concept for I'm talking about the concept of first method. The next video I will come with the cost sheet method. Okay, thank you. If you are having any doubts regarding this flexible budget, please contact me in the I've already mentioned my number 9964322171. Thank you.